From the Texas Cheerlickers Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
So last year, I got real jazzed when the great Mike Judge, the Austin-based cartoonist and animator, announced the return of King of the Hill. They are reprising the cartoon series that won multiple Emmys in the 90s and early 2000s. Hank Hill. Bobby, did you ever watch King of the Hill?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's racially stereotype right off the top. Ready? There's no black people in that cartoon.
There are not, actually, yeah.
There are none. As a matter of fact, they're nothing but white rednecks from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, great show.
Arlen, one of my favorite shows ever.
I've heard it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Heard it's a great show.
Yep.
Just never watched it.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah,
great.
I've seen all the memes and clips.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, wasn't a King of the Hill. I have no idea of not one character.
Well, it's one of my favorite shows back in the day, and it was 13 seasons long. I mean, it was on for a long time.
No, it was great. Just because I didn't watch it, don't mean it wasn't
great.
great.
I'm not saying. I'm just want to make sure, because, it's just like we should start doing a bit. Did Rudy watch this or not? And we'll base it on racially profiling, because it's fun. Racially profiling people.
What's the other one that was really funny? The other cartoon.
Family Guy.
I never watched Family Guy either.
Never.
Dang.
That's shocking.
Dang.
Hey, you be quiet.
And they had black people in that one, and they were very
Black person.
Who, the dude with the mustache?
No, Cleveland. Yeah.
Cleveland.
You've watched the Cleveland show, obviously, though, right?
No.
They had a spinoff. Yeah, Cleveland.
Just because it was a
You
black guy,
watched
you thought
the
it
Cleveland show.
Well, you
obviously.
say we were doing this.
No, I never watched Cleveland either.
You found Brown. That was how Cleveland answers the phone.
But what makes you start with King of the Hill? I'm lost.
Well, one of the funniest characters in the history of that show just got shot to death here in town on Sunday.
That guy was on King of the Hill? I've seen
he
this.
was John
Redcorn.
Yeah, so John Redcorn.
I knew about this.
John Redcorn was the Native American neighbor that lived in the neighborhood with Hank.
And they stereotyped the shit out of him, I'm betting.
Sure. While also respecting his heritage at the same time. You can do both. You can do both. But the voice that he did as John Redcorn, Jonathan Joss, he was like a local healer, right? And Dale Gribble was Hank's neighbor. Dale Gribble's son was not his, but Dale didn't know it. Everyone knew but Dale. Dale's son was John Redcorn's.
Oh,
I mean, the boy was brown.
Yes.
Very
clearly not his kid.
Yeah, and once a week, Dale's wife would go to John Redcorn for healing, is what she would call it. Dale thought she was just getting
healing her
massages. And, he was punishing her ovaries and making babies with her.
Yeah.
And so that was the character that Jonathan Joss played. San Antonio's own. He was also amazing playing the local Indian casino owner in Parks and Recs. Did y'all ever watch Parks and Recs?
No.
Also a white man show.
Yeah,
there's white people shows. We don't have a lot of white people shows left because of political correctness. Like, how many shows are out there today that just have whites only? There's only white people.
I don't know any network television.
There was one token black man in Parks and Recs, and it was Tracy Morgan.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that was 30 Rock. Never mind. Okay, take it back. No black people in
It's all good.
Oh my God.
You got to have a woman, a black person, and a gay person
in
every show. You got to.
Yeah,
if not, it's
no good. Yeah, you can't have it all.
That's so stupid.
I pump my fist when I see my Hispanic token person in there.
Yeah.
I'm excited for
no more.
him.
You can't have Happy Days anymore. You can't have All in the Family. Although George Jefferson was a later character that came to All in the Family before they did the spinoff of the Jeffersons.
Sherman?
Yes, sir. George Jefferson's character was created on All in the Family.
Did not know that.
Got his own spinoff.
I thought George Jefferson was a football player.
Okay, it's fine when you don't know. I'm gonna get mad if you fake it. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You did not think George Jefferson was a football player. Although there may have been a George Jefferson, it's a pretty common name in the history of football over the last 150 years.
Who shot Redcorn?
His neighbor. So we're trying to piece together this story. Here's what the media knows.
Okay.
So it's crazy, the timing of this. It's horrible. I mean, there's no good timing to get murdered. Well, I don't want to say murdered. Killed. We don't know if it was self-defense or not. The circumstances are still being, outed or whatever. But the timing is especially weird because they're getting ready to drop the new season next month. They brought it back after like 15, 16 years. Bobby, the teenage boy, is now a grown man. Hank and his wife are older now. So they don't start like The Simpsons. It's always the same.
They've never aged. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're aging it in this, and I can't wait to see it. Mike Judge is so good. He did Beavis and Butthead.
I know that.
Amongst many other things.
You've watched that?
Yes. I'm wearing an MTV shirt, sir.
You are. That's cool, man. 1993 on the
spring
shirt
break
too. Look at
MTV
that.
on spring break.
That's my senior
year.
Good
watching for some teenagers.
That's my high school senior year.
Bunch of chicks in bikinis.
93,
93.
baby.
I'm 95.
Cowboys 52-19 that January for Buffalo. All right, MVP.
Troy Aikman.
Was that peak Mike Taylor right there? Or was that just...
I was 18, and yes, it was peak Mike.
Having the Cowboys on the top of the world.
I hate to. Well, that was peak Cowboy fan Mike. I hate to say that I peaked at 18, but my fandom certainly did. And we won 3 championships in 4 years, and hadn't smelled a fucking conference championship since. Anyway, I digress. So what I read is that Jonathan Joss, okay, he's had a lot of problems. Drugs and alcohol. Pissed away a lot of the money he made from television shows. It wasn't like he became crazy rich doing TV. He was doing bit characters.
Yeah.
He never got like his own show. I don't think he ever really made a ton of money, but had money issues, had some mental issues too, some mental health problems. In January, he suffered his house burned down. And at the time, he said it was his fault and he left the gas on him by mistake. It was a dumb mistake that he made. And he lost 3 dogs in the fire in January. It sucked, right? And so when I found out that, so I didn't know that if they were going to reprise John Redcorn's role, but they are. He's going to be in this, and now posthumously, obviously, in the remake of King of the Hill. So here's what they're saying. So because the house was burned beyond, it was not livable. So Jonathan had to move. He and his husband had to move out of that house. And the neighbors say that he's been coming back, though, to the property and acting crazy. Like he'll walk up and down the street yelling like a schizophrenic.
Redcorn.
Yeah, okay. Jonathan Joss. Redcorn was the character. The guy's name was
real
name
Joss. Oh, I thought his real name was Redcorn.
No, his character on King of the Hill was John Redcorn.
I'm not gonna lie, I also thought his name was really Redcorn.
No, dude, that's a very stereotypical Native American name for King of the Hill. His actual name was Jonathan Joss.
That's awful. I'm not saying
John
that ever
Redcorn
again.
was the character.
I'm never saying
well,
that
you
again.
boys do not. Well, y'all have never seen one episode. And so they say he's been going back to the neighborhood though, and acting crazy. And the neighbors actually there've been over 40 calls to the cops because of disturbances by him since January of the fire. And I guess maybe the fire set him over the top mentally, and he's had a lot of issues.
Lost 3 dogs.
And so apparently he was back over at the neighborhood on Sunday, causing a ruckus, and one of the neighbors confronted him. I don't know what went down, but that neighbor decided to pull a gun out and shoot the guy multiple times in the neck and torso and killed him on the spot. The neighbor that did it jumped in his pickup truck and took off.
Instead of calling the cops.
But I think he changed his mind and stopped, and the cops caught him like a block from the scene. And so he's arrested. He's in jail on like a multiple $100,000 bond. I think he's been charged with, I don't know if he's been charged or not yet. I don't know what the charges are. The neighbors are defending the shooter, saying Jonathan was acting nuts. He's been terrorizing the neighborhood. He's just kind of lost his mind.
Damn.
His husband posted on Facebook, that's a bunch of lies. They were simply going back to the property to try to salvage stuff. And John got really upset because he found remains of one of his dogs there. And someone had decapitated the dog, apparently.
Jesus.
That's what the husband wrote on Facebook. I think his name's Tristan. So it's unfortunate, but I mean, I don't know what led to the shooting. I would never say it was a justifiable shooting, but the neighbors
Not
are
without the
defending the
facts.
shooter, saying that Jonathan was acting over the top
Been
crazy.
40 calls, so
40 calls to the cops since January.
Damn.
So pour some out for the great Jonathan Joss, who not only was he John Redcorn and King of the Hill, he played Ken Hotate in Parks and Recs. He was in Magnificent Seven, and he was in Tulsa King last year. The
Sylvester Stallone.
The Sylvester Stallone flick that takes place in Tulsa. Highly unfortunate. Pour some out for the great Jonathan Joss, Boodle Southside San Antonio zone. Shot to death by a neighbor. That neighbor better have a really damn good excuse because he's facing murder charges. Well, there's a weird start to the show. How you boys doing?
Fantastic.
It is
I'm alive, baby. I'm alive.
It is program number 338. We're in the building. Let's get it. Live from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can donate to this fine program via the Super Chat. You can also buy us coffees if you want to. No doubt Bouquet will post the link to the Buy Me a Coffee chit chat here in a minute on the link. You can become it's on the chit chat. You can also buy a membership for just $4.99. Get all of our members only content, including swag we give away and special videos and such. All right, what is in the news today? Where we at? What
the big bad SEC.
How about that? Big bad state of Texas.
Oh, sorry.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Call my girl ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl ball?
Yeah, starting off with
That's
girl
what it
ball.
is.
Started off with college baseball yesterday, and we're leading off with girl ball today.
Only because 2 Texas teams are in the Natty.
Yeah, I like to see it. Congratulations to the School of Note in the SEC. The School of Note in Big Southern John Plantation.
You're standing 10 toes down. That's what the kids say. You're standing 10 toes down on the School of Note in the SEC.
Well, they won 10 conference championships, so I guess I am standing 10 toes down. 1 toe for each conference title.
Well played. Give me some.
Yes, sir. And the Longhorns, the Lady Longhorns, have advanced to the World Series. Okay, so everybody goes to Omaha or wherever the College World Series is for the girls. Oklahoma City, I think, Oklahoma. And you advance, and now the 2 teams advance to the championship. Now they play a best 2 out of 3. And it is Texas and Texas Tech.
And I was just talking crap about the Red Raiders yesterday. I was like, because Agapito was in the chat, so I was like, man, we don't want to hear from no Red Raiders.
Right.
And then, boom, they take down the big, bad Boomer Sooners, they've had a John Wooden UCLA-like run. For modern time,
straight in the championship.
Yeah, for modern time, that's unheard of. So who's this guy for Tech, Mike, that this uber billionaire that's taking over that program?
Patrick Mahomes?
No,
they would love Patrick. I'm sure Patrick does.
NIL, because they gave that young lady $1 million to transfer from Stanford to come to Tech, and he's been spending a shoot ton of money within that program with the Red Raiders.
Jump in here and help. Tell us about the massive boosters at Texas Tech.
I'll know him. I see his face.
Be nice if UTSA could get one.
There he is. Donors include Cody Campbell. Who sold his oil gas
company. That sounds like a fucking Texas Tech guy.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm Cody Campbell. I'm from Andrews. Yeah. Grew up with a guy raised by bulls and my mother.
Cody Campbell, $4 billion oil company, and he is throwing it around at Tech. Throwing it around big time. So, watch out. When you got money, you end up in the Natty. They say NIL don't work.
Well, go post that again. Let me see that AI post on Cody Campbell. Read it to me, Jose.
Sure, I will bring it up here in a
best
second. But
broadcasting.
Everyone would do this if they had this kind of money. I mean, it'd be awesome to just, here's $5 million.
Everyone that matters is doing this.
Yeah, let's see. Go back up right there.
Cody Campbell and his wife, who donated $25 million for the South End Zone and Womble Football Center project. Additionally, Patrick Mahomes donated $5 million. This is all just for the football program.
Okay.
Who gives a fuck?
Well, because it trickles down, dude. The better your football scene is, the better everything else is going to be. It just gets affected. Shout out to those lady Red Raiders against the Longhorns. Game 1, I think, is on Wednesday night.
For this series, it's horns up. Mm-hmm. They're not playing UTSA.
All right, I respect it. Rudy has his boundaries.
Yeah.
2-1-0, all road runners.
Yeah.
Outside of that, go Horns.
And I got 2 first cousins that graduated from Tech, but
wow,
sorry.
Mike, who are you rooting for? Texas?
UT.
What?
Yeah, but
It's
gonna.
It's not. I'm not gonna wake up depressed if they don't win.
Look, man, it's better for our show if Texas is good because 13% of our viewing audience is in Austin.
Well, shout out to Lubbock. I'll be rooting for
man,
Lubbock.
if I found out that 13% of our viewing audience was in Lubbock, then I might change my tune. Let me tell you this. I'm not going to lose sleep, though, if Texas Tech wins. I'm happy that we have an all-Texas final.
Me too.
Suck on that, everybody else. Suck on that hard. Once again, proving that the state of Texas is the best sports state in the country. We can debate football. I don't think you can debate sports, like, overall. I mean, the gymnastics teams all come from here. Like, are the best Olympians come from here. The track guys. If they don't, at least if they're not raised here, they all wind up going to camps here and going to college.
We have the most decorated women's track star ever from right here in San Antonio. And Taylor Nunez graduated from Randolph, going to A&M. She never lost a state race.
She's going to A&M?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was already like 6-time Olympian.
No, I've said most decorated high school women's track star.
A little long distance runner up from Bernie too. That's probably got gold medals in her future. Her name escapes.
Oh yes, I know you're talking about. Dude, I forget her name too.
We're ballers in sports. I ain't got to tell nobody that.
And according to Joseph Alvarado over on Pub Sports, we have the best fajitas in the world.
And indeed we do. Texas doesn't suck. I support any and all things Texas with a few exceptions, not all of them.
Fajitas are pretty good, yeah.
What's that?
Fajitas are pretty good.
I thought you were talking nasty.
Oh.
But speaking of supporting any and all things Texas with a few exceptions, I forgot.
What you got? What are we doing?
Oh, Mike's moving.
My wardrobe's
I was wondering why you took it off today.
My wardrobe, I forgot it. My wardrobe's incomplete. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Pride Month. Careful what y'all say about Pride Month. Get yourself in trouble.
Rep it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a wristband. I thought those were just a bunch of hair ties yesterday. I didn't look.
You thought he had a bunch of chongos on his wrist?
Bunch of chongos.
Yeah, I guess I didn't look hard enough. I was like, oh yeah, he's a bunch of hair ties. Whatever.
Yeah, no. Why would I wear hair ties? Dude?
Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, happy Pride Month, everybody. Des Bryant stepped in it a little bit yesterday.
What did Des Bryant?
I'm not mad at him. He's a little bit misguided. I sort of understand. I don't think he's coming. I don't think he's trying to come from a bad place. If some offensive tweets with regards to Pride Month yesterday. Why would you do that? First day of Pride Month, just stay. All right. So Des Bryant.
I'm embarrassed already. What'd he say?
Well, so he took issue with the ML Football League.
What is that?
Major League Football. Some of these knockoff football leagues. They issued a Happy Pride Month. And so this football league tweeted and wrote, quote, "Football is gay and football is for everyone." They're just being silly. You know? Being silly. Happy Pride Month. Dez saw this post and took issue with them writing "football is gay." They're just goofing. Dez wrote, "These are wild statements to make. Excuse my silliness. I'm going to proudly tell my boys football is none of these things. I have nothing against gays, but this is far from right." All right. I have nothing against gays. I just don't want football leagues promoting Pride Month. And then, of course, all of a sudden, Dez's inbox.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So Dez went back and forth several times. Dude. And he replied, "It's gay players in the NFL, but forcing it in people's faces, especially children, can send the wrong message. Football is a real community like the gay community. Imagine telling gays that they have to advocate for straight people. They probably would have a problem." No, they wouldn't have a problem. And that's not the point, advocating for straight people. We're advocating for a fringe minority population that gets discriminated against en masse all the time. There's nothing wrong with him having a month. And then that football league just saying football's gay.
Man.
So
man,
what?
Look. We
Come on, Dez.
Everybody runs to kids. We always run to kids.
No one's trying to make your kid gay.
Dude, do you know the long...
They're going to make the kids gay! Got to get them out! Get them off the field!
The long list of shit we put in our kids' face that's awful for them, and that's at the top of your list. Like, video games, music, movies, school. I mean, I could list 20 things that's in our kids' faces. I mean, just go to HEB and go in 20 of the aisles, and there's shit that can actually kill them. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are we talking about when everybody runs to the kids? Like, oh, we're forcing down my kids. They're also forcing Frosted Flakes down your kid's pie hole. But I don't see you bitching at Kellogg.
I know. Get the sugar out of football.
Yeah, what are we doing, dog? Like, if somebody gay is going to hell, you ain't got to go with them, Des. Relax. Jesus crud.
Oklahoma State has a checkered history with wide receivers now, unfortunately.
Well, that's because they accept anybody. You think Dez was a Rhodes Scholar?
Who's another Oklahoma State wide
Justin
receiver?
Blackman.
Yeah, he had issues.
He sucked. He's in jail, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is in jail.
Yeah,
he's like 400 pounds.
Yeah, and he can't stop drinking, unfortunately. just simply cannot.
Me neither.
Cannot.
I ain't mad at Dez. That's just misguided. I don't think he means any harm. He's just he doesn't want his boys to be around gay people because they'll turn gay. Because clearly you don't choose to be gay. Clearly you do choose to be gay. You're not born that way. So I don't have any problem with gay people. I just don't want any of them around my kids. That sounds like what white people used to say about black people 100 years ago. I got no problem. I got my old boy Anthony. He sweeps out the back porch at the grocery store every day. We like him. Don't want him hanging out with my kids or nothing because, it's the same shit.
Because,
I don't think leagues should be forced to recognize Pride Month. But when they do, they shouldn't get criticized for it. And those that don't shouldn't get criticized for it either. But, the society we live in now, nothing we do is ever right with everybody.
Well, the thing about it is if you do it it's like signing an autograph. Like if Tim Duncan walks into CVS and one person takes a pic, then he's got to take 20. So if you recognize certain months, then when you don't recognize certain months, then everybody's mad. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there's only 12 months in a year. You know what I mean? We're not going to be able to recognize every cause, so let's just not recognize any of them. This way, we stay clear of any of the months coming. Right. Like it's supposed to be Men's Mental Health Month. It's supposed to be. Okay. June is supposed to be Men's Mental Health Month. So, should I be mad at the Spurs or the Cowboys or the Rangers or the Astros if they don't recognize Men's Health Month?
Right.
We'll be mad all year long.
Right.
Because every month is like 10 things that it's supposed to be awareness of.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like you can't force. I'm a capitalist. I'm a Democrat. I'm not a Democratic Party voter, but a Democrat is a democracy, a democratic society. I'm an American. I'm pro-democracy and capitalism and freedom of the press and freedom of speech.
Right.
As long as you don't break the law when giving your hate speech, you can say whatever you want. However, that don't mean you can't get in trouble for it.
Oh yeah,
you can say whatever you want, but don't get pissed when your employer fires you.
Right?
They have their right to do that too.
X is supposed to be freedom of speech now. Des has the right to say that, but when 2 million people come for you, you got to take it.
Yeah, David's in the chat in here. Shout out to the Rangers being the only Major League Baseball team not recognizing Pride Month. So why are we shouting them out, David?
Because David leans way over that side.
Shouting them out for being their own team. Or shouting them out because they hate the LGBTQ+.
JHNBC doubled down, said, "Don't give in and be like the rest."
Again, it's about intent. Maybe they're taking what you said. We don't celebrate anything. We're just playing ball. We don't want to bring attention to anything except baseball. Okay, all right, that's fine. But it can't be F those gays. We don't like gay people. They're gross. We don't want anything to do with them. So that's why we're not going to celebrate Pride Month.
It can't be that.
It can't be that. It's got to be we don't celebrate anything.
But there's plenty of that.
There's plenty of that, sure. And don't think for 1 second it's not caving to the rest of the league. Just it's being your own club. If you don't want to recognize Pride Month, fine. But don't let me see you up in here recognizing any other people's month, because then I'm gonna think you just don't like gay folks.
Amen.
And that makes you a fuckhead, and fuck you and fuck off.
Right. I double down, 10 toes down with Mike on that.
It's in the building, baby. All right, let's get violent, but not for real. We don't promote actual violence. We promote symbolic violence. It's that time on In the Building. On In the Building. I keep wanting to say it like an Alabama booster.
People I want to punch on In the Building.
I like them gays fine. Don't want to celebrate them. It's my right, and it is. That's right. All right, I want to punch I want to punch Major League Baseball umpire Nick Lynch.
Is this what I text about?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, am I stealing your thunder here?
No,
okay.
We'll just double down on it. Go ahead. I don't, because when I text you this, I wanted an explanation because I'm not a seam head, so I don't know. It threw me off.
You see the Taylor Walls ejection yet, Jose?
Yes. Yeah, he was nonplussed.
Sunday night, he went all George Brett. Remember the famous scene where George Brett went racing onto the field? What the fuck? When they threw him out of a game over Pine Tar? Yeah. So the umpire, Nick Lynch, throws Taylor Walls, a really good shortstop in Tampa, out of a game in Houston on Sunday. Walls is arguing a call.
Yeah.
And, taps his helmet. And the umpire, Lynch, thought he was showing the umpire up. Because a lot of times, you know how in the NBA when guys are like,
replay. That means challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah, it's challenge in the minors for the ABS.
In the minor leagues, when you tap your helmet, that means I'm calling for a challenge, right? And so the umpire
took it as disrespect.
He thought that Walls was showing him up. Walls says he didn't. That's not at all what he meant to do. Walls admits he was pissed and went too far with his anger, but he wasn't trying to show the umpire up. Maybe he was, maybe he was not. But Lynch needs to fucking get.
But is that worth throwing him out?
No, you run a guy for that. That's some ego bullshit.
And by the way, it was a ball.
It was way. It was way. It was a ball. By
the way, he was wrong. So let me get that's the closest thing I've seen to Joey Crawford throwing Tim Duncan out for laughing.
Correct. That was awful.
That's the closest thing I've seen to that. I was like, I can't wait to get in here tomorrow morning and find out from Jose and Mike what the hell tapping the helmet mean. I had no idea.
You can't call for a challenge in the box in a big league game, but he was just like, that's minor. That's his way of saying it's a minor league. If this was the minors, I'd be calling for a challenge.
Now, how many guys in the NBA would be thrown out for doing this if they went by this umpire's, you showing me up?
All of them.
All of them, right?
Yeah. Dude.
3-4 times a game someone would get tossed.
Now, I don't think Walls said anything prior to that pitch. It wasn't like Walls was giving Lynch shit the whole game. Just got his feelings hurt and ran a guy out of a game, so I'm punching him. That was overreaction. You have to be absolutely sure that a guy was showing you up for real. And by the way, there's a lot of ways to show him up without me. That doesn't mean you can throw me out of the game.
That's an awful
Just
talk.
Yelling at an umpire at all is showing him up.
Right.
Baseball's the only game where they go ape shit like that on referee or umpires. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Nobody else does that shit. It's funny.
Yeah, can't get attacked.
Yeah, who you punching?
I'm punching anybody that has a problem with Pride Month. I'm pissed. Okay. I'm trying to stay calm. But again, it's one of those things where inclusion doesn't mean that everybody else is excluded. That's all. It's not that serious. What does it hurt? If you don't want to recognize it, don't. But if you shouldn't.
And that's fine if the Rangers.
It shouldn't ruin your day.
Right.
It shouldn't ruin your day that we're celebrating Pride Month. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense to me how that bothers you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to force my support for the LGBTQ plus community on anybody. But I'm not going to force anybody to celebrate it in turn. The only question is, the Rangers are the only club that doesn't do anything. And it's what's the intent of that? If it's that we don't want to kowtow to, we don't want to have any kind of month. That's fine. That's cool. But or is it that your owners are homophobic assholes? I hope that's not the truth.
Or are you playing to your base?
Well, I'm a Rangers fan. Am I not part of their base?
Point. That's fair. That's a fair question.
But I don't care about that. I don't need to go to a Rangers game in the month of June and celebrate Pride Month. That's fine. Right. I don't care about that.
I'm just saying. It bothers me that it ruins.
But
people's
it's
days.
the intent.
Right.
And the folks that get triggered by, that's right, fuck baseball.
Yeah.
We don't need to kowtow to them. Way to stand your ground. Makes you look like a homophobic motherfucker. Be careful. That's the only point with Dez. It's like, Dez, you have to be, there's a fine line between defending your freedom to not support something and actually being anti that organization. So you should be careful.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. I'm not trying to rile anything up. I don't have any problem with the Rangers not celebrating Pride Month. And I've got 2 kids that are members of the community, and we'd still go to a Rangers game. Unless I found out that the Rangers owners were doing it out of ill contempt. fuck those gays. We're not going to have Pride Month. That's gross.
Right.
If that's the case, then I may have a problem, and I may have to go get me a Jose Altuve shirt and switch over. No, even then, it's like, well, even then, I don't think I wouldn't end my fandom.
Yeah,
they won't be the last owners of the Texas Rangers. That don't mean I'm going to support them. No.
Amen.
Anyway, all right, it is Orlando Kell. He brings us people I want to punch each and every day. Appreciate Orlando. Big okay. He's a proud graduate of Texas law.
He going to the game? Have you talked to him?
26 years ago to the girls?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to text him. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. He certainly can if he wants to. It'd be cool if he did. That'd be a lot cooler if you did, Orlando. Anyway, but no matter if you're an Aggie or a Sooner or anybody else in between, Orlando's our guy. If you need a family lawyer, that's our man. Call Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995. Email him directly, orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. orlandokilllaw@gmail.com. All right, I don't want to spend the whole day on baseball, but I want to get another quick late punch in. For whoever this asshole was overseas that sent Lance McCullers death threats.
I didn't see this.
So a couple weeks ago, Lance McCullers.
I feel like I've heard this story before on the show. Didn't you say something about this? No?
I did the other day.
Okay.
Yeah. So Lance McCullers is the Astros should-be ace. Missed all season last season, blew his arm out. Just got back a few weeks ago. He's been up and down. And we talked about this on Instant Rewind on Anthem TV a couple of weeks ago. And McCullers actually complained, as did the Astros skipper after the game, about death threats. People talk shit to people all the time on Twitter and social media, but these were like really awful death threats, and it freaked Lance out, and it pissed the Astros off something awful, and then it pissed off Rob Manfred, the commissioner. So baseball did an extensive investigation trying to get to the bottom of whoever this asshole was that was sending McCullers death threats. You said something last month when we talked about this, and you were right. It's probably some pissed off gambler. It's exactly what it was. This is when betting on sports gets ugly.
It's bad, but Prize Picks made it worse, especially in basketball. But continue, Mike.
All right. So and ESPN.com writes this piece, David Purdom, and he starts it off by writing, quote, an intoxicated bettor. we sure he's intoxicated?
Positive.
An intoxicated bettor located overseas was behind social media threats directed last month at Astros pitcher Lance McCullers and his family. Also threatened to murder his kids.
Jesus.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because you lost your mortgage payment.
Yeah. This is not the first time this has happened either. A couple of guys with the Cincinnati Reds had threats too. These are dudes betting all day long. You know, Jose's a bettor. He has a betting show. We run the Say Hey Bet show on Saturdays on Love You Hard TV.
Do you send death threats when you lose?
But we don't do death threats, right, Jose?
No. I was actually on the other side of the Lance McCullers thing. So I love Lance McCullers. I'm a big fan of his. I bet against him that day. He shit down his leg. I was like, great. Great job, Lance. I'm good here.
Okay to get upset.
Betting is cool. I don't have betting is great. But when your guy doesn't perform, you can't threaten to kill his family.
I hold more grudges from me being a fan than betting. Like, I'll never forgive Evan Longoria and Dan Johnson for what they did to me and losing or beating the Yankees that year and knocking the Astros or the Red Sox out, excuse me. But, yeah.
Okay, you can get – that's fine.
Cool.
But no death threats, obviously.
That's great. I'll hate Lance Berkman forever because he hit a ball over Nelly Cruz's head at the morning track and opened the can of worms and made the Rangers get beat in the World Series.
Yeah, shout out to him.
But I don't literally hate Lance Berkman.
Right.
People that bet money that literally are like, it comes down to this game or I can't pay my light bill, and then you take that anger out on a ball player and threaten to kill his family. That's a you problem.
You should go to jail.
That is a you problem. But I'm just glad they caught the son of a bitch.
Agreed.
Yeah, I hope they
should go to jail.
Yeah, he should. Should be, and whatever app he's using to bet, they should ban his ass and kick his ass out of there. All right, it is people I want to punch. Got those out of the way. Appreciate that. What else today? There's so much to get to, man. I just don't even know where to start these days. What's on your mind today, Holmes?
NBA Finals.
Yeah. Long ass wait.
Good Lord, that drives me crazy about the NBA, but I get it. Whatever.
So, do you believe rest equals rust?
Rest over rust.
Or rest equals.
You want everybody to be as close to 100% as possible,
right.
But good Lord, Didn't this end Sunday? When was the Knicks Pacers game 6? Was that Sunday?
When did the Thunder play last? Friday?
Yeah.
They've only played 17 games in the last 2 months.
Yeah, so it's like I get it, but
yeah,
as I said on Instant Rewind, I think both teams will probably come out a little bit shaky. One with the nerves, and then two with the layoff.
Yeah.
So to both teams will probably be an ugly first quarter.
I think I said Thunder in 6.
I said Thunder in 7.
Okay, I'm staying with 6. I'm leaning. I might change to 5 by Thursday. I think the Thunder are going to roll.
I think Thunder win this.
By the way,
too.
the Thunder, aren't they like 80-14 in their last 94 games? Going back to
29-1 against the East this year.
Oh my God!
There are not very many teams that have had a better record in the history of the league than this year's Thunder. So if they win the championship, are we going to put them up there with the all-time great teams?
Not yet.
When people can't even name
I'm
more than 3 dudes?
I'm a multiple title type guy.
Okay. But this particular team though, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, they're not the 96 Bulls, but
No.
they've almost won as much.
Yeah, they won 60-something, 68 games.
I think I saw a note, if they sweep Indiana, which they very well may, that's 84 wins on the season total.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
This is. Do you know this is the second youngest team to ever reach a final? Do you know the youngest team to ever reach the final?
07 Cleveland?
Bill Walton's Portland Trailblazers.
79, 78?
76.
Okay. Yeah.
Bill Walton's Trailblazers
Yeah.
were the youngest team to ever reach the NBA final, and the Thunder are the second. So
Thunder and 6. Thunder and 6. That's my pick. Thunder and 6.
Yeah.
All right, what else today? Show brought to you in part by one of our brand new sponsors. We have 2 new partners we've announced this week. That's at Sammy's Embroidery, bitches. The only place to go to get clothing, hats, shoes, any type of signage, business cards, posters. We probably need to go get some in the building flags
Banners,
made for our remotes, banners, all this kind of thing. And of course, as he's been doing for the better part of almost 30 years, Sammy's Embroidery outfits teams and companies, the cops, sheriff's department, restaurants galore, youth softball, whatever it is, he can get you outfitted. Been in business since 1994. Only business in Texas that offers one-day turnaround on any size order. It is Sammy's Embroidery. So if you go next time you go into Sammy's, make sure you mention you are a subscriber to In the Building, baby. All right. Haven't traveled much. We're leaving town Friday after the show.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go down to Corpus Christi for a few days.
why Corpus, not Rockport? Why not Port A? Why Corpus?
Because I want to go stay on
It's all the same.
White Cat Beach. Not all the same.
I definitely thought it was all the same as well. I thought that these were all one place.
Sometimes it's better not to say everything.
You're right.
You're the worst Texan in Texas.
Yeah.
When I go to the beach, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to Corpus, and then I don't know where the hell I am. Apparently, I'm in Port A. I don't know. Who knows?
Port Aransas is an hour, and then you have to cross a ferry from Corpus.
I
It's
guess
like
I'm
going
not
to
at Port
Austin.
A. Yeah. I don't do that, so never mind.
So when you go through main Corpus Christi, you go over like a 3-mile-long causeway to get this. It's part of Mustang Island, and there's an area. I don't want to give too much away, but in the White Cap Beach area, I miss the ocean. I can't go more than a few months without some ocean in my life, and I've never seen that part of Corpus before. So we rented a little place right there on the water in White Cap Beach, going on Friday.
Good
after
for you.
the show. Won't miss any showtime.
Good for you.
I need that respite. Nina's in Mexico on business all week. It's been a really busy time for us, so I can use a little weekend.
A little R&R.
Yeah, and yeah, but it's the first time I've actually traveled in a long time that was not on an airplane.
Yeah, a little 2-hour drive. It's
I
not.
saw something today. You actually sent me this. One of the biggest ass whips for me is when you land.
Oh yeah.
And I've had to because as we found out yesterday, Taylor can be temperamental on occasion. I try not to get triggered by too many things, but it was an ass whip for a while. And I realized, well, whatever, maybe their leg's tired. Is it an ass whip whenever you are on a plane and you land and the plane taxis and everybody stands up and starts getting their shit? knowing that they're not going to open the door for 15 more minutes. All these people everywhere standing in the aisle.
It's the biggest ass whip because I'm not in a rush, but at the same time, I don't want to let 20 people from behind me go in front of me. Yeah. So once everybody else starts standing up, it's a domino effect. Now everybody's standing up because nobody wants to be, the 20 people behind them going in front of them. But Turkey, the country, is thinking about finding people that do this. Mm-hmm. Which I don't know about finding people.
Like $70.
Yeah, it's like crazy.
Welcome to Turkey.
That's more than your check luggage. So yeah, it's definitely an ass whip. That definitely could be a late punch for people that stand up as soon as the plane lands. Like, dude, where are you going? We still got 10 mintes.
Can I give you another ass whip or whatever?
Always.
Turkey changed its name, so now it's the country of Turkey. So there you go.
That.
There's another one more ass whip for you.
I'm not calling it Turkey.
I'm not either.
Well, I guess they want the proper pronunciation. I don't speak Turkish.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah, so I just want to let you guys know.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't want to offend anybody in Turkey. I'm not saying the Rangers need to have a Turkey Pride Month, but they can call themselves whatever they want. Chris Silva's in the building with $1.
Thank you,
made
Chris.
$1. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Thank you, Chris. That's it. That's all you get, Chris. You just go. Oh, are y'all coming to Galveston for Juneteenth? I am not this year. I will be here. I'm going to Corpus Christi this weekend.
I'll be doing something. Well,
first of all, Juneteenth carnival celebration in Galveston.
Yeah, no. I don't work on Juneteenth, but I won't be in Galveston.
Correct. What day of the week is Juneteenth this year?
I'll look it up. It's coming up here pretty quick. It is a Thursday.
Okay, cool. We got a long weekend. Might as well take Friday off too, no?
No shit, right?
Had to take Thursday off, come back and work Friday, then go right back off for 2 days.
Well, actually, and then just do the show on the 21st out at Line and Rose. It's a good segue.
That is a great segue, too. That's right. The longest day of the year party. Rudy and I are going to do a live concert for everybody. So y'all are all invited. Anybody that wants to come at the Lion and Rose Pub. All right. We had promoted a different venue for a couple of weeks. We have pivoted for many, many good reasons. We are going to be at Lion and Rose Pub, me and Rudy doing a live concert. Outside of the box of the comforting podcast that we do, this is a live concert. I'm going to get dressed up and everything.
Me too.
What are you guys going to wear? Blazers?
Haven't thought about it. I've thought about it, but I haven't narrowed it down to anything in particular. I know Rudy's going to look badass, so I got to try to at least be ballpark.
No, you got to be Mike. Be Mike.
No, I'll be me within the confines of me, but I want to be as fly as me can get.
I want to be sharp.
Yeah, I'm not going to show up in jeans and
a
t-shirt with a hole in it. This is a different thing. It's a date night. You know, bring your lady. You know, it's Lion and Rose is a great place. Or your dude. Ladies, bring your dude. Dudes, bring your dudes. I don't give a shit. Jose, y'all bring y'all's unicorn. I'm no doubt what they got going.
Yep.
Bring them. We're all invited.
I will.
A live concert at Lion and Rose Irish Pub. This is the Dominion location. So you just take I-10 north and exit Bernie Stage, Leon Springs. It's right there on the right-hand side. Lion and Rose Pub, a live concert with me and Rudy, June 21st. We'll get you more details as we get closer to it. Just put that date away in your head, June 21. Isaac's in the building with a $20 donator. Love the show, fellas. Hope all is well with you and your families. God bless. Guys, God bless you, Holmes. That's a nice little offer.
Thank you,
$20. Thanks, Holmes. All right. Against my better judgment.
I was hoping that he wouldn't put this on the rundown.
It is on the rundown.
Oh, well, so I mean, when you put something like that, I mean,
we're following the rundown today. Yeah. I was like, I knew Jose was going to. Because sometimes me and Michael both send stuff that we want to talk about in our group chat. But only so much can go on the rundown. And sure enough, this makes it because Jose has a demented mind. He has no idea what the story is.
No, I'm not. Oh, you mean the Catholic penis?
Oh, what did you think?
I'm not even ready to talk about that.
Okay, cool.
Yet.
Good.
I ain't gotten there yet.
I was excited. I thought we were talking penis.
Me neither. Thank gosh. Okay, let's roll then. What are you talking about against your better judgment?
Rudy and I paid a visit to our other newest sponsor yesterday.
Oh.
That's what I'm going to call for here.
Uh-oh.
Against my better judgment. Are we sure it's going to run and they're going to hear it?
Yes.
Are you a hundy on this?
100.
You have to understand that I'm gun shy right now.
That's fine. Yeah,
you know why I would be concerned and scared.
Of course, you have plenty of reason to be.
Nothing makes you look worse than when you do a bit and it does not dismount properly.
Some people would say that this show has a bunch of great bits, like the Canadian guy that came in. That was a great bit from earlier.
They're great as long as they get ran properly.
Right.
If they don't, it makes your show horrible. It's the fine line. I don't care if we fuck up like me. I'm going to say many things that are dumb. Jose, I don't care about technical issues except for our videos and bits. If that doesn't go down, then then you see temperamental Mike.
And don't forget the headphones.
And I can even fight through that. I'd rather the videos go off. Whether my headphones work, that does not impact the viewer. Our videos do. All right, so without further ado, Rudy and I went over yesterday and paid a really kick-ass visit to our new dudes at SunSafe Auto Solutions here on In the Building. We are at our newest sponsor.
What?
Our newest partner.
What?
SunSafe Auto Solutions. Now, they do a lot of stuff, so let's go inside. We'll go through all the things that they do.
Us, right?
They got warehouses everywhere, but this is one of the main headquarters. So you need your car done right, you come here to SunSafe Auto Solutions. Hey, very nice.
If you're wondering what that was, that is riot glass that I don't know.
I felt like the music cut off really fast.
Yeah, oh God, he got to find something.
It needs to
Jose.
tail.
He got to find something.
It needs
Jose.
to fade.
You got to fade it, Jose.
You can't just reach down and grab the emergency brake while
Right.
you're going 75 miles an hour down the freeway. Anyway, you were saying, sir.
Riot glass. Oh, they do tint.
Dude.
They do
Oh,
PPF.
can you cue that back up to the part
Yeah.
where he's hitting me in the face?
Yeah,
Sure.
well, I'll try
Man.
to. I had some frustration to take out, but he gave me these heavy ass pliers.
Yeah, I noticed you swung hard when I got behind the glass.
I swung that. He told me, he said, swing away. So I wanted to test our sponsor. Our sponsor says, hey, Texas Cheer Liquor can put this, to prevent, smash and grabs. And I was like, okay, well, let me test it. Bam!
Oh, and I wanted to show faith in our sponsor.
Mike's face.
Oh, I was scared. Oh, that's a big ass freaking wrench you got in your hand. That would have killed me.
Yeah. So that was what we call riot glass. That thing is impenetrable.
You see Rudy smile there, though, Mike?
Yeah,
He
look.
looks pretty happy about this.
That's my afraid face and my O face.
Look at our guy in the background, too, just cheesing it up, just like, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so if you have a business, you need a little riot glass to prevent smash and grabs
Absolutely.
or idiots.
Yeah.
Just, destroying your property.
Correct.
SunSafe Auto Solutions got you covered along with tint.
Yes, sir.
Along with PPF.
That's right. They started off, they're a San Antonio homegrown, family-owned company. They've expanded nationally now. Hell, they've expanded globally at this point, offering security solutions for forced entry and bullet-resistant protection for commercial, home, and auto now for over 20 years. It is SunSafe Auto Solutions.
And look at that. They said better than Elon Musk demo. Exactly. That's SunSafe,
Thank
baby.
you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you did good. You outdid yourself this time. Mark's sitting here. Happy Pride Month, $9.99.
Thank you, Mark.
Again, I don't have any problem with those that choose not to celebrate Pride Month. I mean, you can't celebrate it all. No one's asking you to do that. And it's okay if the Texas Rangers don't recognize it.
Sure.
It's just you don't want it to be for shitty reasons. That's unfortunate.
Right.
But I'm not saying that the baseball should force them to, because that would be cheap. You don't want someone who doesn't want to support your cause. You force them to support. That's not cool either.
Then it doesn't even feel genuine.
It's not. Yeah.
I don't even
then
want
it
it.
makes Major League Baseball look full of shit.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Correct.
You guys know it is genuine, though?
What?
Remember
What's
Mike's
that?
done.
Yeah, we got to keep on doing. You can.
Hey.
Forgot about that. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about it, and I just remembered. I was
give
like,
me
we
that
have
one more
that.
time. It's the leg up at
Wait
the
a minute.
end.
This is not. I did not cue
Wait,
this video up,
the
sir.
leg
I didn't
up.
cue this up.
The leg up at the end is the best part of it. Watch the leg up.
Yeah, we got to keep on doing. You can.
Hey, but props to Mike for being in front of a few thousand people and going 360.
Well,
tried to go
I wasn't going to do a
360.
rando white guy dunk. was going to try to look like Anthony Edwards,
Man.
and it didn't. And I wound up looking like a rando white guy.
Completely vertical, his leg is.
Hey, I shot an arrow, so it's all
Oh my God! On the fall, yeah, that's unfortunate. That should be. I should make my leg in the air my new Twitter avatar.
Your new handle.
All right, now let's talk about teenage penises.
Fuck yes.
Because,
now I'm ready.
Because this show, our aim today is to make your kids gay.
We're coming for them.
We're coming. Let's talk about it. All right. So we were just talking about this. I don't know. What is today? Tuesday? Maybe last Friday or Thursday?
Tuesday, June 3rd.
Remember I mentioned the football player when I was in high school?
Oh, that was slapping people on the buttocks.
Look at Jose. Look at Jose with
hose.
production value without even being prompted.
But you bring it up. Don't even say anything. Fight through it.
I know I will, but I'm just so
You're
happy
so
for
happy.
Mijo right
You got a
now.
bonus.
Yeah,
You
let's
got a
not throw
bonus.
The ass slapping dick thing is hilarious. Though.
No,
It's
it's
so
not.
funny.
Okay, so we talked about this last week. There was a guy when I was in high school, and there was a year where we were redoing our locker rooms at baseball. So we had to share a locker room every day with those meatheads at football.
They are meatheads.
There was this. I'm kidding, but there was this kid. He was huge, Division I talent. I'll stop there. I don't want to give this poor guy's identity away.
Right.
He would walk through the locker room,
Butt ace.
butt ass naked, big old huge dude. What do you call them, Rudy? Mandingos.
Yes.
I mean, he would dirty the tip. He was a big
he
man,
was swinging.
big young man, and that's why he walked through the locker room like that,
Right.
which I thought was kind of gay. You know,
It is.
I have no problem with it, but it looked gay to me. I
Yeah.
mean, why would you?
It's
He's
too
proud of
proudly.
it. He wants y'all to
Like,
look
where's
at
your
it.
towel, bro?
Look at this.
Yeah.
And he would go up to freshman kids that were trying to just get dressed, and he would slap them with his bare dick. Chow. So, and a
That's
couple of
gay.
times he would sneak up on like a kid that was bare-assed,
See
just
that?
trying to get dressed. Some little skinny 14-year-old freshman, and this kid would go and just ka-tow right in the ass cheek.
That's gay.
That's good, clean fun right
And
there.
That's
my
gay.
theory was this poor
That's
kid's
cool, but it's
clearly
gay.
gay.
Yeah.
He's getting his jollies off on this in a horrifically immoral way and totally stunting the growth of these poor kids.
Right.
And acting like it's just a gag when that's his only way of expressing his gayness. We'll call it gayness. I was going to say homosexuality, but let's
Right.
go with gayness. And then I'll be damned if we don't see a huge hazing scandal that is now broken out right down the street over here at Central Catholic. Here in San Antonio.
Who did win state in baseball? I'll bring that up.
They did win state.
Before we start talking about penis stuff,
Let's
shout
hope it
out
wasn't
to
the
Central
baseball team.
Catholic for the state title. Continue, Michael.
All right, in the San Antonio Express News today, more students at Central Catholic High School have come forward with allegations of hazing, bullying, and sexual harassment. The San Antonio police has launched an investigation. A 15-year-old student was the first to come forth and complain. His family has hired a lawyer. The lawyer tells the paper that a current Central Catholic student and a former participant in the junior ROTC program told the lawyer they underwent, quote, hazing and bullying and sexual harassment.
In what way?
The lawyer is preparing to sue the school.
The school?
Yeah, he and one student's family are calling on the Texas Rangers to open up an investigation. They're pissed.
I thought they were talking to the baseball team.
No.
Lawyer tells the Express News that the parent's 15-year-old son endured 4 months of hazing, where he played on the varsity soccer team
Okay.
at Central Catholic. Thank God. Oh, it's just soccer?
Imagine we avoided the baseball
Okay, poor baseball. In one alleged incident,
Oh, Lord.
some of the 15-year-old's teammates held him down in a chair
team. Oh, no.
while another boy pressed his erect penis against the boy's face.
Why was he hard? Why is he
Well-
hard in a room full of dudes?
Maybe he's gay, Rudy.
Oh no.
Okay to be gay, but not okay to put your erect penis on a kid's face if he doesn't want you to.
So he got hard. And
You're
put it
focused
on,
that part, huh?
Yes, that bothers me. Like, why are you
took some
hard?
Viagra, you know?
He's getting off. He enjoys doing it.
There's some adrenaline, you know? Got to show my boys my dick.
How is that hazing? Like, take my bags, bring tacos, put popcorn in your locker. Where does get hard and put my penis on your face come into hazing?
Blame China.
I promise you, I would have bit that bitch off. I would have bit it off.
He was being held down by a bunch of other kids.
Yeah, but if you put it on my face, I'm biting that bitch.
We would have been swinging.
When
they let me go, it was on.
And I don't give a shit what you call me.
Yeah.
I'm biting that bitch.
There's apparently an area at the school called the Cage. It's a chain link enclosure in the school's locker room where students store their personal belongings. The victim's mother said in a statement Monday that the family is unwavering in its commitment to getting justice for their son. They held him down in the cage and did this to him.
For 4 months?
Yeah. Yeah, the 4-month-long
different type of
scene,
stuff.
all kind of different shit. And the family wants the Texas Rangers involved. Mama's mad.
I would be too.
Mom's quote, "We are deeply concerned that an internal review will not offer the objectivity this serious situation demands." She don't trust the school to do justice by her son.
I'm paying $10,000, $15,000 a year for my kid to get hard penises in his face.
Yeah.
What's not funny, dog? Why are you laughing?
Mom
this
says,
is serious.
quote, "Nepotism, favoritism, and the preservation of so-called brotherhoods seem to cloud judgment and interfere with the integrity that students and families deserve in these investigations." Her son said that if this happened to him again, he would kill himself. He's so distraught, traumatized.
So what I read from that statement, Mike, is her son went to some people and nothing was done because it's just
sounds like it.
Because
we don't want to throw Central Catholic under the bus unfairly, but sounds possible. Sounds certainly feasible.
Allegedly that he went to someone, said something, nothing was done.
Yeah.
And he had to get to that point. So he said he wants to kill himself.
Right.
Jeez.
Too many dicks in his face. I get it.
San Antonio Archdiocese referred questions about the matter to the Marianist province of the United States. Here we go. Oh, you got get a hold of the church. Hey, don't talk to us. Get a hold of the Marianists. See, that's bullshit too. Central Catholic should show that they give a shit.
Yes.
This is very common among religious private schools. Shit happens they don't like and they want to bury it, put their head in the sand, and pass the buck. Y'all need to get a hold of the Marianists. It ain't their fucking problem that y'all are letting this go on. This family may have a pretty good case here, man.
Again, but I just wonder how you sue the school. Only way I think you can sue the school is if he actually went to them and told them.
We don't know
and they
that.
did nothing, but we don't know that.
Right. But we don't know that.
And I know
but even then, what do y'all want? What is the let's find out this poor kid went to administrators, teachers, the priests, archdiocese, that's who runs this school. And they didn't do shit about it. What should the punishment for Central Catholic High School be?
They should have to cut the family a check as a settlement, and the soccer team probably should have to sit a year out.
Damn.
And the 4 or 5 kids that were doing the holding down, and the guy, obviously the erect piece of shit.
The erect piece of shit.
He shouldn't even be allowed at the school ever again.
The slapper.
Okay, I don't think that's his approved nickname. I think they call him the slapper. That's the kid that I went to school with. This dude's dick was hard, this kid. He's thumping him with it.
I mean, he obviously has the biggest dick, too, you know?
Okay, we don't know that.
You can't have, like, a little dick. It's like...
Well, I'm with
Stop
you,
saying
man.
the D word.
Look, man, kids are going to...
Jesus.
Kids always...
We do stupid shit as kids.
We do stupid shit. We pick on each other. There's always going to be bullying. You want to fight against it. But hazing at some point kind of needs to
most
run its course.
Most colleges have done away with it because
they crack down hard.
Even the fraternities, because the fraternities go, if you think the locker room is bad, when you're pledging, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it can
and
be
a lot
awful.
of schools have done away with that.
Yeah, SMU finally cracked down big time. About 15 years ago, they literally drowned a kid. You know how they drowned him? They made him drink water for 2 days straight without stopping. He literally drowned himself by drinking the water. It wasn't even like they didn't even dunk his head. You know, you can actually drink so much water, your organs fail. Kid died.
Yeah, they've had a few kids die at HBCUs behind hazing from like pledging Omega, pledging Kappa. So they've kind of done away with that band. Yeah.
Yeah. Central Catholic. And that's the thing. Don't be, well, you need to send all questions to the Marianists. No, fucking answer for yourselves. God forbid we talk about how these kids don't have accountability and culpability. The grown asses need to show
facts.
They need to practice what the hell they preach.
I feel dirty.
And I'm not throwing Central Catholic under the bus.
No.
Right now, they don't look great. Just saying.
They've done some great things, but, sometimes you got to own up to the fact that you didn't. Like, take perfect example, Baylor. The whole school took the fall for that.
Yeah.
For that whole rape culture they had up there.
Sure.
Sometimes you got to take one on the chin.
So to speak.
Oh, God.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Jose. You can't say anything around you. You can't say this is not funny. Jesus. This kid is mentally disturbed, bro. I shouldn't have said that. That's not what it meant, though, bro.
We didn't say it. You said it.
Hey, a dick for a dick, right, Rudy? The kid that did it needs to be thumped. Hey, he needs to take one on the chin.
We need to find some porn star and just.
You should have to go to public school.
Wallop him.
Yeah, public school for 2 weeks to see how you survive that.
See, the perfect Dustin. I get why everyone wants to spend a soccer team. We kicked everyone's ass for 20 years. Dustin, nobody's scared of the private school schedule y'all play. All right, it's not like you're beating Westlake. It's not like you're beating the teams of Dallas and Houston, the real sports.
Shout out to the Marshall Rams.
I'm kidding, Dustin.
No one's trying to suspend Central Catholic because they're jealous of their victories.
Yeah, I'm trolling. They play a really tough schedule.
Who gives a shit? If they had hazing, they need to be punished as a program.
I'm kidding.
And if they condoned it, if the administration condoned it.
If he went to an adult and told them what was happening and nothing was done, then yes, you get to come after the school.
Something needs to be done.
For sure.
No matter how much y'all want.
I was like, what?
Oh, geez. All right, Father's Day is around the corner, and Texas Cheer Liquor has a tremendous gift idea for your pops. A really cool Father's Day deal they've got on Saturday, June 14th at the Texas Cheer location, number one, the
Liquor.
OJ.
I don't want to hear from them.
Texas Cheer Liquor OG location on Potranco.
I don't work during the day, so I probably won't be there. But I'll be
3.
there. I'll go by, see if some Thunderdome.
I will be there.
I plan to come up too, man.
Okay, cool.
For sure. You get a free bottle engraving for your pops from noon to 3 on Saturday, June 14th at Texas Cheer Liquor number 1 on Potranco. Purchase any bottle of Gentleman Jack, Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, or Herradura Tequila, and have that bottle engraved for free between the hours of noon and 3, June 14th.
Love your pops.
Store number 1.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Getting old.
Right.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Absolutely.
Whatever you can fit on that bottle,
right,
they will engrave it for you.
All right. Now, will you ask AD this when you talk to him today? Will they engrave anything, or does it have to be Father's Day related?
No, you engrave what you want on it.
I can put.
If you buy that bottle, one of those 4 bottles, and you want to put
Central Catholic soccer rules.
Good question.
In the building?
Yeah, like in the building. Could we put like figures? Like,
what kind of figures?
Could I engrave a dick on there if I wanted to?
No.
How funny would that
I'm
be?
going to speak for the sponsor. No.
Okay, all right. I was just
no.
asking. Just asking.
Stop saying the D word.
Sorry,
that's
sorry.
enough
Penis.
D's in one day.
Sorry. Penis.
No, you can't.
Okay, I just wanted to ask. We got.
There's a woman engraving these bottles. You want to walk up to a female and tell her that?
I would.
And get your ass arrested?
I definitely would. Could you engrave this bottle with a penis?
Noon to 3, June 14th, Texas Cheer Liquor number 1.
Thank you. And at all 7 locations all over the greater San Antonio area, they all will give you 5% off when you mention in the building with your purchase. All right, listen to audio versions of our program, part of the Believe Podcast Network on Spotify, Apple, and iHeart. Advertise with us, man.
Please. It works.
We're on Anthem TV every day. We're on Pub Sports Radio. We have now almost 40,000 total subscribers amongst the 2 channels now that our show is on.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're getting exposure to well over 35,000 subscribers each and every day on the 2 YouTube channels that we're a part of on this show. If you're interested in advertising with us, believe me, it works. Case in point. Let me pull this up. Okay. Sorry, I'm killing time.
I liked
got
your
this
singing
yesterday.
there.
Thank you.
I think Mike could have been a performer like a R&B singer in a past life.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't sound like one.
Like a Harry Styles kind of guy?
I love R&B, but like Robin Thicke, that dude sounds like an R&B singer as a white boy. I do not. All right. Got this yesterday. So GC Roofing and Lone Star Nano Services.
GC Roofing and Lone Star Nano.
Correct. What did I say?
No.
Yes, both of them. All right.
This guy.
They have landed a collaboration deal on a roof for subscriber Priscilla. Shout out to subscriber Priscilla. It says we're repairing leaks around vents and replacing skylights. Lone Star Nano is coming in after GC to put their love sauce on the roof. This lady was told by another roofer she needed a $37,000 roof, which was not accurate. She just needs some repairs, not the whole roof replaced.
Wow.
Proof that GC is not going to lie to you. They're not going to tell you, this whole thing, need to scrap this roof and start all over with a brand new one. They're not going to do that to trick you into doing business with them, which is why you should do business with them, whether you need just a patch-up job, a Lone Star Nano love sauce, or an entirely new roof. It is GC Services Roofing and Construction, serving San Antonio all the way to the coast. So if you're interested in advertising with us, there's yet more proof that doing business within the building, Rudy, it works. Thank you to GC and Lone Star.
I wish
we might have another customer at Nano Services here. Old Jeff Slaughter saying, might need it for the roof up here.
Well,
Jeff, you get a hold of me, Jeff. I will get you a text message, sir.
It would be nice if Jeff could see the numbers of the two companies that Mike just
flash
talked
them
about.
back up there, Jose.
He never put them up there.
Flash them up there, Jose.
He never put them up there. See, he was having a good show. You see, this is what happens with youngsters.
You got to stop praising him.
No, this is what happens with youngsters. They they hit a few threes, and then they take 6 bad threes.
Oh,
like he's having a great game today. And then you spend 3 minutes talking about our great sponsors, Lone Star Nano Service and GC Roofing and Construction.
Yeah.
And I have to tell them to put the numbers
I was
up
enthralled with the story. I was like, yeah, fuck those guys. I told her to get a new roof. Our guys got them. I was enthralled. Sorry.
There's the number, Jeff. But let Mike know. Mike can reach out.
I should also add to future wannabe advertisers, no one in the country does live spots like our show does.
No.
They're the most effective in how we do them. GC Services.
Good Lord,
210,
sir.
of course, they represent San Antonio.
What's up, Dale and
347-0426, 347-0426. If you need the love sauce from Lone Star Nano, it is 956-3663. Jeff, I'll shoot you a text when we get done.
And my man Aladdin needs a roof too.
My man Aladdin needs a roof. I'll let you expound upon that. Who might you be talking?
It's a homie.
A homie of yours
homie.
named Aladdin?
Yeah.
Okay. He probably got hazed in school, too, with that name. Just saying. All right. Did you boys see who's on the cover of this year's Madden 2K25?
Cheesy.
Unfortunately.
Why is it cheesy? He's the best player in the league right now. He's the reigning MVP.
Let's recreate the backwards jump and put it on the cover of Madden.
Well, dude, that was incredible.
It was, but it's cheesy.
Saquon Barkley is going to be on the cover.
Let that live in infamy on its own. It's cheesy.
Okay, well.
F the Eagles.
Someone's upset with the Eagles.
I don't care about the Eagles.
All right, you know what?
I respect them, but
you tired of them?
Tired of them.
I respect them.
I hate their coach.
They love him.
They do.
The players love him. They love that everyone hates him. They love that he don't mind being an asshole and a D-bag.
Like he's the type of guy where you like, hey man, we're going to hang out at such and such. And you say, who all going to be there? Oh, me, Nick.
Right.
Oh, Nick's going.
All right, so
I don't want to be around him.
You know what? But as a Cowboys fan, though, it's hard for me to hate on anything Philadelphia does.
Why? You're supposed to hate them with all of your guts.
All they do was win.
They got 2 bowls. They have 2 Super
they got
Bowls.
2. Dallas ain't even got an appearance in the conference. That's a Dallas problem.
So
the point is the Eagles do what it takes to win.
The Cowboys have given the Eagles 30 years to catch up, and they're still 3 behind.
I know. Well, dude.
Hey,
come on. Philadelphia does under the Howie Roseman, who's the GM, under his watch. This club does whatever it takes to win. Hey, we got a franchise quarterback. He got hurt. Fuck it. We'll just win the championship with a backup. Oh, and everybody hates the franchise quarterback in the locker room, and he's lazy. He had one good show, and then he starts jacking up dumb threes. Carson Wentz, what is get rid of his ass? Bring on somebody else. Jalen Hurts. Philly does what it takes to win. Here, perhaps a bit of good news for struggling Cowboy fan dealing with Philadelphia. So I'm going to give you the 5 clubs in the National Football League that currently have the most void year money.
Okay.
Like they take guys' contracts, redo them. They put their cap all and tie it in bonuses.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? This dead money. All right. 5th in the league right now in dead money, the Lions. They have 94. Okay, from 26 through 2031. Okay. Not including this season.
I know what you're saying.
Starting in 2026, a 5-year span from 26 to 2031. The Lions have $94 million in dead money during those 5 years they're going to have to answer for at some point. 4th, the 49ers. They have $138 million in dead money in the next 5 years after this season. 3rd is the Saints. $164 million in dead money, voided money. Damn, and they're horrible as it is, and they got $164 million in void money, and they suck anyway.
That's brutal.
Number 2 in dead money, the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson. $248 million in cap hit void year money over the next 5 years. All right, so Cleveland's number 2 with $248. The Eagles have the most cap hit voided year money right now between 26 and 2031. So the Browns are second with $248. The Eagles, $452 million.
I'm trying to think of who all they let go.
In cap hit void money. They do crazy shit to win.
Yeah, they got to do it. But this is the thing, though. Let's say I do owe $400 million over the next however many years. I'm still up $600 million on a year.
They're gonna figure out how to get out a lot of that money. They're gonna figure it out. They don't give a shit. You think the Cowboys would have the balls to defer that much money?
Jerry ain't doing that.
No way. Not a chance.
I'm surprised the Falcons ain't up there.
Not a chance.
Once they release Kirk Cousins here after Penix has a great year.
Not a chance. So maybe it implodes. Not a guarantee. At some point,
you got to pay. At some point, you got to pay that tab. Though.
Yeah, they're going to have to rebuild at some point.
But it's worth it if you win a Super Bowl.
Correct, or 2 in a 6-year span.
Because with all the merch and Super Bowl shit,
and
what's $400 million when you make $2 billion?
Right, and there's a salary cap though, but it's only going to go up.
Right.
But if I'm an Eagles fan, tough shit. I'll take my championships, even if it means we're going to suck for a while. But as good as Howie Roseman is, and those people in Philadelphia making decisions, they'll figure out a way to stay competitive. You watch. They'll do whatever it takes to keep winning because that's what they do. And Dallas does not. It's Cowboys envy a lot, I get, but whatevs. All right, speaking of Jeff Slaughter, he's got another really kick-ass Alamo card show coming up this summer, so y'all make sure you Google the card show stuff. You have a flyer, Jose, handy? I'm putting him on the spot.
I believe
now.
I do, actually.
Yeah, pull this up. Another one. It's an Alamo card show coming down again. This one comes down
August 9th.
August 9th and 10th on a Saturday and Sunday. So just be advised, the next big card show, they get bigger and bigger every time they put these things on. Out at 247 Church over off of 1604 in Judson Road in San Antonio, Texas. Buy, sell, trade, sports cards, trading cards, collectibles, memorabilia. Really great card show that Jeff Slaughter and the guys, his partners, put on the Alamo Card Show coming up in August. Baseline Bums, make sure you pay attention to them. Major show announcement this week themselves. Things are doing well at Love You Hard TV. All right, Bookie, you need to get you a sponsor next. All right, come on. We need to get something going.
So do you expect all sponsors? So it could be like a sex shop,
Well, run it.
Nonsense.
If it's something you think is suspect, run it by us. But we would hate for you to. Sure. We don't want to cost you an opportunity to make money, but
sure,
probably can't have like the Satanic Church of America. Why don't you run it by us first?
Okay.
I don't know what to expect from him. I don't know what's going to happen with him each and
Well, I'm in a good mood today because everything worked. So
you did fine.
Yeah,
you
so
did
that was
just
nice.
fine. All right, that's it. We're done. Slaughter, I'll text you in a minute. Rudy, thank you as always. Another badass, kick-ass show. We got plenty more coming up tomorrow. Our Friday edition. Wait, what's tomorrow?
Wednesday, bro.
Oh my God, I got Corpus Christi on the mind.
Yeah,
I'm ready to
go.
This guy's
checked out, Jose.
No, I'm not.
He's ready to go.
Although that was just a little slip.
Like, how the hell he go from
That
Tuesday to
slip.
Friday?
I haven't slept good in 2 days. My lady's out of town. I told you I don't sleep good when she gone. I need a nap.
It's relatable.
All right. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Happy Pride Month, whether you care or not.
I gotta piss.
Thank you to Rudy. Thank you to Jose. Thank you to me. I want to thank myself. See y'all tomorrow.